Markets have found a breathing space. I mean, some space to breathe because 50 basis points has come, but markets have rallied. I'll tell you why. Now, first things first, as widely expected, the Fed has increased the target range for the Fed funds rate by 50 basis points overnight. Another well-telegraphed action basically has been the announcement of the start of balance sheet reduction. This will be effective from the beginning of June. So on both these counts, no surprises. But what the market kind of almost paid exclusive attention to was this. Fed Chair Powell pretty much ruling out expectations for a 75 basis point hike anytime soon. In his prepared remarks, he said, and I quote, "There is a broad sense on the committee that additional 50 basis point increases should be on the table at the next couple of meetings as well." End of quote. The statement had really no surprises. The vote for a 50 basis point hike was unanimous. Very few changes to the economic discussion. There was a bit about China lockdown, Ukraine. The forward guidance on interest rates was also unchanged. It was basically copied from the March statement. On to the press conference. At several points, the Fed chair spoke approvingly of the tightening of financial conditions. The overall tone of his remarks through the press conference was hawkish. For example, he said, and I quote, "Inflation is much too high," end of quote, and the Fed has the tools and resolve to bring it lower. He spoke about the tight labor market as being a focus area as well. He spoke about taking policy rates to neutral zone quickly. So all in all, it was hawkish and unsurprisingly hawkish at that. The strong market rally, dollar was lower, equities were higher, yields retraced, as I said, was almost exclusively based on Powell's comments that Fed was only considering 50 basis point hikes rather than anything bigger. But is this perspective too narrow is the question. The big picture and what has really changed there, I think these are questions which people will ask beyond just the immediate reaction the next day. Inflation, remember, still remains unacceptably high, as the Fed chair himself remarked multiple times overnight. So we would need to look beyond the immediate reaction. But I think in any case, it is quite remarkable, and I think you'd agree with that, on how far we've come when hiking by 50 basis points and basically softly refusing to consider 75 basis points turns out to be a dovish outcome for markets.